stuff today. Let me get the phone on the thingamajig. Still getting set up here. But yeah, I got back into Warhammer 40K. I got a huge job lot from a friend of mine that was just like all these leftover bits from friends that used to play back in the day. So there's a bunch of models here that I recognize. I think a couple of them might even be mine. And then I have a big order of 3D printed parts and models coming from Temu today that should show up in the middle of the stream. We have a new air sprayer that Vibeke has tried, but I haven't even tried out yet. So yeah, I have all kinds of stuff to do. I don't think I'll get anything to finish today because unfortunately I don't have any good black oil paint to do oil washing. So we can do air spraying, we can do primering, we can do paint penning, we can do brushing, but we are not going to be doing any oil washing. So I guess we don't get to show off any as like, woohoo, look, it's done. Oh, I just splashed coffee in my own face. Well, fuck me. Like, what am I streaming in? Oh, okay, cool. We're streaming in 1080p. Good job, phone. Automatically, I never trust the like mobile YouTube client because it just doesn't give me all the options. Normally, I always use OBS and everything, but whatever. What? All right, I'm getting set up here. You'll have to just chill. Let's see. There's only like one person here so far, so you guys can chill while I get materials set up. I'm gonna just fiddle with some of these. I'm mostly waiting for my Temu order to show up. But check out this ridiculous kit bash of my Noise Marine tank, which is not even done. I have like a retro looking singer lady in a scanty dress, and I'm gonna give her demon wings and make her a succubus to be the singer. And then I found a groupie. It's like a lady sitting on an amp drinking a beer. I'm gonna put that over there, and I'm gonna have the most absurd Noise Marine Rhino kit bash ever. And then I'm gonna take it down to the local Warhammer store and be like, "You guys want to borrow this and put it in your case for a month?" I just kind of want to flex. But yeah, anyway. Chunk of glue in my mouth.
Gross.
Yeah, it was just like one of those little tails of craft glue. It was just rolling around in my mouth. Oh yeah, and I have at least everything in the thumbnail here out of view, like off to the side. So there's like multiple trays of stuff that's ready to be either primered, airbrushed, or is like ready for detail. And then there's a few that are actually ready for oil wash. Let's see, I had my dirt going together. Oh yeah, I fabbed up a little swivel piece so that this turret can move. I'm talking to you, honey.
Oh, thought you were talking to the stream.
I will too. I'll show them too. See here, I had like a, one of those like half a space marine to be sticking up out of the tank. Now he's a ball joint. Tighten that up a bit. I like kit bashing way more than doing instructions. It's like I'll like when I get Legos, I'll like put them together once by the instructions, and then I just throw all the instructions in this big box and then sort all the bricks by type. Never look at the instructions again. I'm from the Society of Free Builders. Oh, here, I'll show off a couple. Here's one that I did. So this is one that I did with old paint techniques. And I was just, here, let me make sure he's visible. There we go. And I was gonna just oil wash him like this. But then we got the paint sprayer and a few other paints, and I'm like, oh, crap. Like, he looks like he's straight out of 1999, which is where my painting skills are from. He looks pretty good. He's not quite done, but like, he looks good by 1999 standards. And then throw a coat of black oil paint on there, and he'd look totally good enough. Most people would be like, "Oh, that looks rad," but of course, anything I see, I'm like, I can do that with a little bit of YouTube tutorial and a little bit of practice. So it's like back when I used to paint pens were pretty much like if you use a paint pen, it was really obvious and your miniatures just look like crap. But now we have these really fancy paint pens, and especially I've got this set. Viveka got me these like acrylic metallic paint pens, and these things are the truth. Like they coat, like this guy's mask has that on it, and they just like coat right over. Unfortunately, he got a little damage to his face in a drop, so I'm gonna have to resculpt him and fix him. This whole model took a drop right after I finished it, and like everything came apart. But then I'm streaming, so anything you say can and will be shared with the entire internet. Yeah, this whole model got busted right after I finished it, and I was so mad. But then I put it back together with more inspiration. Like I'll pull him off and show you in a minute, but like I had to add a pinky finger for him so that he was throwing up the horns instead of the hand was pointing. And my original pinky finger was kind of crappy, and this one's perfect. And then I re-angled the speaker so it's blasting right in his face, which is very noise marine. I did a couple other little fixes. I added a few more lights because you can never have enough lights when you worship Slanesh. Oh, here, I'll put... This guy's totally kit bashed. This Tech Marine. I mean, it's all Games Workshop parts, but like, he's just a normal Marine, and I didn't have a Tech Marine upgrade kit or anything. Like, they're all just rando parts from... I got tons and tons of bits. It's so much more exciting, honestly, to buy like even just the remains of people's collections. Like, I know it's intimidating to some people to build without instructions, and like you know, I feel for that. But if you can like color outside the lines and just put together minis and like, you know, look it up and see which ones go together correctly, you can score so well. Buying people's remnants and stuff and like extra parts, like people sell extra sprues of things that they didn't use and assembling so cheap, and you know, get a bunch of them and you have like half an army. And it is really a cheap way to put together minis. And also like when you're doing a lot of stuff like this, like these are from like the beam sabers and, you know, jet flares and stuff, from my buddy's gunpla. And so I'll cut up the sprues and use them for stuff like this little flame on his flamethrower. I hope that's resolving pretty well. But yeah, tons of stuff. Like you can just sculpt those up and stuff. So it's like even the dregs are magic when you're not afraid to kit bash. Oh, and I just want to say, like, so what actually got me back into Warhammer was Henry Cavill, that limey nerd. But like, so you know, of course, I'm a fan of The Witcher and Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red's games. So you know, and he was like passed up the role of Geralt in the fourth season to go do Warhammer. So I'm like, oh man, like if he loves Warhammer that much, like I bet it's gonna be rad. And then I start looking at these interviews with him and stuff, and he just like makes Warhammer sound like, you know, the best thing ever. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta get back into Warhammer. And then I saw this like interview where they're like, "What army do you play?" And he's like, "Custodes." I'm like, "You loser!" I'm sorry. Like, what? Like they just exist to be there in the Siege of Terra campaigns. Like they're not. You're not supposed to play them. I'm sorry. I'm doing that like that army prejudice. Speaking of which, I also like. So I'm not a Tau fan, and I'm not one of those bandwagoner Tau haters where people are just like, I hate the Tau because the Tau are stupid. I don't like the Tau because I don't really like playing them that much. And I actually like we have this army of Tau, and I think a friend of mine is gonna play them, but like they're just like nobody wants to play them. And I have when I have all these other armies and given the choice when they're just like sitting there and it's like you tell people like, okay, I got like some Drakari Corsairs and I got some Imperial infantry guys and I got these guys, and you pretty much you can put together a big enough army for this game with any of these guys. Like nobody picks the Tau, and then like when I'm playing them in like a PVE type setting and stuff, I'm like, oh god, these guys are wieners. So it's not just that they're like commie space fish. It's that they're actually, in my opinion, not the greatest faction to play. And I have a whole grip of them here, if you could see from the thumbnail. So it's not like it's the money barrier. Like all of these were like ones. I don't even know. Like I think Chris ordered some of them, but a lot of them were just. It's the same thing where people are like, yeah, these Tau. I don't even like them enough to pay them. Mm. Oh, where to even start? Okay, so let's see. I will start by showing this guy off. He's not glued down. But yeah, you can see I got his. Boop, 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 boop. It looks good from every angle. Like it looks natural. I connected it to the knuckle pretty well. But yeah, this guy's totally kit bashed as well. Like this guitar, you probably recognize some of these parts if you're familiar with late 90s, early 2000s Warhammer minis. But we've got our Noise Marine here. It's like a wolf tail I turned into his mohawk. But yeah, you can see his face took a big old smack right there on that side when the paint wasn't totally dry. So he needs to come back down to plastic and get some TLC. I could finish. Let's purple up his finger though and see how good it really looks. let's see. I'm pretty proud of my kit bashing and sculpting skills. So yeah, that guy is going to be painted and finished separate from the tank. This tank is I started painting, so I got to starting painting it, and then I was like, no, we need a drummer, and then I came up with Garth the Spider, who, if you can't really see, he's like a Drukari body, and then he's got spider legs, and he also has, like, in addition to his arms that are holding drumsticks, he has 2 tentacles, one coming out of each shoulder area, that are also holding tentacles. So he can play all the drums at once. He plays all the chords. Do, 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 do. And then we got a Loyalist Space Marine helmet here. Got our Tau drones. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this heavy metal shit that I have created. So yeah, this isn't quite done. It still needs a few more pieces, some of which I'm waiting for in the mail. The Succubus Singer is going to be essential. If I don't get the groupie in time, that's fine. But we need our Succubus Siren. Oh, so this one's totally kit bashed. So it's funny. She was like a centaur, and she was holding a bow, and I cut the bow out of her hand, and then I cut off her little frilly ears, and like below the belly button she had like a horse chest, you know, it was all like hairy and stuff, and so I sculpted it, and now she's got a little butt, and yeah, I made a sexy imperial something. And we got this guy. Oh, is that one of mine?
It's for Vivica.
Oh, okay.
I was like, where is she?
Why does her package get here first? Oh, because hers is Amazon. I have to wait for the postal service. And then we have this also fell, unfortunately. The roof's all crooked now. Oh, I'm streaming, so anything you say will be shared with the world. But this Imperial Fists outhouse was complete. The Fists logo went psh off the back. I don't know. Oh, I think it must have been like partially stuck onto the roof. So when the roof went off, it tore off the decal. But yeah, this thing needs a paint touch up now, and there's nothing more terrible than when a tray goes down. But yeah, you can see this guy's also old painting techniques, like just about done, but it's also on top. Like you can see there's paint cracking from the old spray paint job underneath, because this guy was already really heavily oversprayed. And then I just like did, you know, a lazy cleanup with alcohol and a Q-tip, so I didn't get all the spots and stuff. So there's a few places down deep where you can see he's still oversprayed. But then I just, you know, I built this Tech Marine backpack and put tanks on it, and which, by the way, this is a pet peeve of mine for building minis. Like, I don't care how well I don't judge people for bad paint jobs. I do a lot of bad paint jobs, and I have in the past. But it annoys me when people don't put minis together so that they're convincing as far as their equipment. Like when they give them a flamer, and then they don't put tanks or like hoses to it or anything, you know, or they have a guy that has like a bazooka, but he doesn't have the ammo pack for it. It's like, come on, you know, make it convincing enough. Like, let us suspend disbelief a little bit. Even if you just spray paint your whole army the color it is, at least take a few extra minutes with the glue and give them all the stuff they're supposed to have so that they look like the unit they're supposed to be. Not just a guy that stumbled out of the barracks and picked up a weapon. I need to check and make sure I've got sound. That would be embarrassing. I need to check and make sure. Oh yeah, we're good. You can hear the wonderful dulcet tones of my morning voice croaking through it. It'd be cool if I croaked like Kermit the Frog in the morning. What was there? Hi there, folks. Welcome to the broadcast. Oh, yeah, like, Vivek is kind of like Miss Piggy in the morning. He's just like, rawr. That totally works. She left the room for a moment. She would just look at me angrily, but know that it was true. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Oh, these guys were D&D miniatures, like old D&D miniatures, like cruddy old ones, back when they were made of like cheapo plastic. But I cut off their arms and their heads and everything, and then I gave them different, like I gave them all Warhammer ones. So this dude is now a gnarly. Sir, you got a package. And then this guy. So these guys are brothers. Sycarl and Nullmarl. And Nullmarl is all about guns. Sycarl, obviously, all about psyching. Oh yeah, and then this is like the captain of the Corsairs. She's got like a mutated arm and a mutated beast. Oh, and some glue trails coming off her. She needs some trimming. I started paint penning her because I was just like, meh. It's actually kind of neat that it's like with oil washing, which I never did back in the day. You can just like quick brush or paint pen models up and then hit them with that, and they look totally decent enough for play. They look better than most of the models that people bring to the gaming store and play with. Like, it's funny, at the local Warhammer store, so I'm pretty sure that official Warhammer stores are supposed to hold some standard for their play, like not, you know, not enough to turn people off so that no one wants to come there and buy stuff, but try to encourage people to actually like properly assemble and paint their minis. But they're like so desperate to get people's armies in there at the local one that they let people like play in gray plastic. And I'm just like, come on, guys, just like hit it with a coat of primer or something. Like, at least like, you know, like make your Blood Angels red so we can tell which ones they are on the table. Which, by the way, these guys were all red. They were all Blood Angels. I don't like if I'm going to play Space Marines, so, like, not only am I the Imperial Fists, but I'm, like, made up. The Imperial Fist 9th Legion is now the Latrine Marines, which I don't know why that doesn't exist. Like, the Imperial Fists have a strange shit fetish, so why they don't have a specific latrine division since they build fortifications, like, so they do now. Oh, and this is Latrine Sergeant Smitty holding the Spade of Dorn. You can see it's got like a little bone-shaped handle since all of the relics, like, well, most of the relics of the fists are like body parts of Rogel Dorn, which I'm kind of curious, like, it seems like they've just been lazy about that. They're like, we want all the Primarchs to come back, so the fists don't actually have, like, Rogel Dorn's skeleton disappeared or something, and he resurrected somewhere, and nobody knows. And so it's, I'm kind of like, okay, well, like, what happened to all the relics that were made out of his bones? So anyway, the Imperial Fist thing is Scrimshaw, where they take the bones of their chapter masters and captains and heroes and stuff, and they carve little, like, stories and depictions of their battles and stuff on the bones themselves, and then carry them around as trophies. So, since the different companies of the fists all have different relics, I made one up of the Spade of Dorn, with the femur of Rogel Dorn as its handle. I know, I'm so stupid. And the outhouse that says poop. Oh, I need to go get the sprayer. I don't want to. Vibika's package showed up. I wonder if mine's gonna get here soon. I really want to open up my new Temu packages, because, like, I've done all the gluing, but now I have to glue those. Some of them I think are gonna be one piece. That's weird to get, like, the 3D models are Tau Space Marines. I don't think I have any Tau and Space Marine parts combined. I definitely have Tau stuff. I have things mixed in here, but I don't think I have. Yeah, I think these two Space Marines, I believe, have all Space Marine parts. But welcome, by the way, Mississippi democracy. Oh, you mean this guy? This is for the Corsairs. So I have a group of Corsairs that are mostly Drukari, and they have a bunch of stolen gear. And then this is a Noise Marine Rhino that I'm working on. So yeah, there's a mix of different things here. This isn't one army. I have tons of stuff off camera over here. Yeah, I have a bunch of mixed stuff in here, but I had so many parts in this lot. Like, it's really crazy. Like, I think once people just get tearing everything off the sprues and then throw them together in a bucket, people almost don't realize how many units they actually have not assembled. Because I got just like a number of buckets that like were different salvage lot. Yeah, I love that. So our campaign is all homebrew lore. Like I mean, of course, we're basing it. So we're in like early 42M on a planet that hasn't been, that's on the other side of the Great Rift, on the Imperium Noctis. Imperium Noctis. And we haven't been like the Crusade robot gorilla man hasn't found us yet. So you know, like we don't have Primaris Marines, or so it's like that's how we're justifying using all kinds of old models, since most of these are like early 2000s plastic that we're working on. And so I'm just putting together all this random stuff, but it's crazy how much like I don't think the person who that part of the lot came from even realized that they had like about they probably had 300 to 400 points of Drukari just rolling around mixed in with the like Tau and other randos, like cultist parts and stuff. And I don't even think they realized what they all were. But just from me like recognizing all the sets and putting them together, I'm like, dude, you have like a squad. And so I made those into the Corsairs, because I just didn't want. You just only need so much Tau on your table, man. I don't know what to say. And like I don't hate the Tau lore wise. I think it actually is a great concept. I actually love the concept in lore of how they're like us like now, where they're like making shows like Star Trek, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go out and we're gonna make everything like enlightened and peaceful and good, and then they encounter like everybody else and everybody's just like, ha ha, you stupid freaking homeschooled kid, we're gonna kick you in the balls. You know, and then now it's like the tower even being corrupted by the other races and especially humanity. Like their attempts to understand how messed up all of us are actually like messing them up and messing up their impact on the warp. And I'm like, yes, we're corrupting them. We're corrupting the communist fish. Like nothing can withstand. Especially because it's like, as an American, you know, like the Imperium is basically like future like Britain and America imperializing. So I'm just like, yes, we've ruined everything. We've ruined the whole galaxy. It fills me with nationalistic pride. There's like a race of people untouched by our fuckery, and then when they encounter us, they're just like, no, no, we can't compute. Like, what is wrong with these people? And they like, as they understand it, they're like, it has a sickening temptation to it. I know, like Earth is like, it's kind of crazy of how like it would be so weird to live on Earth and just like you're just like walking through the underlevels one day and you just find like the remains of a battle or something from the Horus Heresy that they just never bothered fully cleaning up, and you're just like, whoa, dude, like there's just like, you know, broken ships and space marines. Like it's like Earth is just like, you know, everything that's ever happened for like 30,000 years, none of it cleaned up, all just built on top of. So it's like they have all this history, like, you know, and the archaeology, like besides anything that's connected to the dark age of technology where they think they can get weapons, like that's what all archaeology by the Adeptus Mechanicus is focused on, is finding weapons and stuff from the dark age of technology. So it's like they don't give a rat's ass about their history. Like they could just go down there and be like, oh, whoa, cool, like here it is. The whole battle's just still down here. You know, but they're like, nah, unless the weapons are useful. Like, if it's Horus Heresy, we don't really need that stuff. Like, we want Dark Age stuff. Okay, I'm still waking up and drinking my coffee. I'm a little slow today. I'm down to talk lore all day. Yeah, this thing is, I'm pretty sure this is Tau. What is this thing called again? It's, a scarif? A skipper? A scudder? Oh, right, my phone is what I'm casting from. Oh, but I have a computer right here. Aha. I'll just here, look, let's see. Ow. Ow. Big heck halls. Let's see, what are you? Is that thing Tau or is it Drakari? That might be Dark Elf already. Oh. No, I think that is actually an Eldari ship. Well, it's Corsairs now, because that's what I wanted to build. Let's see. Eldari, because everything has to be spelled slightly different than Tolkien. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. It's the... No, it's not the exact. There's the exact one. The Falcon. The Falcon Grav Tank. That's what that thing is. The Eldari Falcon Ground Tank. I never played elves. Space Clown. Dude, Space Clowns is what we are, dude. Like, Space Clown, here we are, born to be clowns. Do 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 do. The Noise Marines are like the ultimate space clowns, but I love them so much. Like a lot of, I mean, obviously not playing since like 2005 or 6, a ton of like Black Library stuff has all been written. Like there was none of this stuff. Like we didn't know anything about what the Horus Heresy really involved back then or anything. So it's like a lot of the lore mistakes and stuff I make. It's like, well, that was actually the lore back then. Chill. So but like once I read, it was just called Fulgrim. And it like talked about the birth of the Emperor's children and the Noise Marines. I was just like, these dudes are so metal. Like they're so metal. I have to build a Noise Marine. Like I need to build like a Noise Marine battle group, but then I want to build an Emperor's Children army, which would mean taking down a ton of my other Marines. I might need to lift the camera more. There are many gods, but really, there is only Slaanesh. Okay, let's see. Is there anybody here that I could get? This guy, I could just oil wash this guy as he is. He looks very like 1999. Like this dude screams minis in 1999. Here, I can at least trim him. Need some trimmage. Oh, what'd you get in the mail, honey?
Some lanterns. Lighted lanterns.
Nice.
Their gift.
Is what? Hold on. Is what metal? Oh, is Nurgle? Dude, Nurgle's metal. Everything in the Rift is metal, or everything in the Warp is metal. The Warp is where metal comes from. Okay, got any more little glue trails, McDude? Paint blemishes. There's one. Oh no, he's not metal. These are all plastic. Yeah, so every single one of these are plastic. These are all, the earliest ones are 1999, and I think 1998 is the cutoff for when they started doing all plastic minis. I actually didn't want any metal. I rejected all the metals from the guy, because the guy that I got these from, he's not really into Warhammer, but he really likes model collecting, and he likes to collect models that are older and rarer and stuff. And so I was like, bro, those are like, you know, not only are they, do they not look visually fit in with a lot of the newer ones, but those are really cool and classic, and you should paint those up nice and put them on your shelf rather than me just play with them as, you know, 20-point unit dudes. Like, so yeah, I left him all the metal ones, and he has both Warhammer Fantasy and 40K ones in metal that would be really cool to show off in this stream. But I'm definitely like, you know, from a friend who's a modeler and doesn't know the difference in Warhammer minis, I would totally be like, yeah, don't throw these in with the lot that you're hooking me up on. Like, I would keep those, put them up on the shelf, because they're just going to be units on the table here, even if I give them nice paint jobs and some people on YouTube enjoy them. Right, like there's there's definitely a lot of things like this one, this Noise Marine Rhino. This is going to have so much stuff on it that this isn't even going to be a playable model. Like, I'm going to put, they have a Noise Marine Rhino that inspired me down at the Warhammer store, and I'm going to see if they want to display mine next to theirs once it's done. And then I'm gonna put it up on the shelf because it's just like, I mean, it's solid, and it's, you know, it sits flat. Like, I gave it this extra tread over here for the drummer platform and stuff. So I mean, it's flat and it's solid, and like, you could shake the table and nothing's gonna happen to it. But it just has so many small bits and stuff that it's really just a display model. All right, more coffee, but not the Imperial Fist outhouse. One of my magnets fell off the bottom, but this one even has magnets, so it's safe. Safe under any circumstances, yet somehow it still took a fall and got annihilated. So disappointed. This outhouse was my masterwork. My masterwork. Poop. Oh, dude. So I only just found out about the free models. I know nothing about that. Like, and the dude wasn't, when I went into the Warhammer store, like, there were no free models back in 2005. Like, what? Or maybe there were, but I didn't know because we didn't have an official Warhammer store here. But yeah, like, I had no idea about that, but I'm going to go in there and be like, bro, free models? Like, I'll buy whatever I have to or do whatever I have to. But also, I I mostly just want to go in and like practice painting, and just like, I want to be like Mr. Nice Guy, showing people how to paint easy and fast so that people can like have an army that looks cool on the table and not feel ashamed bringing in their gray plastics and stuff. Because it's like, you know, with a couple of cans of colored primer and some paint pens, you can like make your dudes look a lot more like actual units really quick, and then feel like you're really playing Warhammer. Because I mean, the whole suspension of disbelief of putting them on the table and being able to imagine that there's a little battle going on, I mean, that's really what makes it, you know, fun, not just the numbers. A Ratkin sniper, that's hilarious. Or a Ratling. um I think it was actually a Marine. I think it was like a Marine sergeant, because I saw somebody talking about it online. I was like, what? They obviously didn't have any left by the time I went in for November, but it's December now. I'm going to go in and I'm going to be like, dude, I'm poor. And well, I'm not that poor, but I'm cheap. poor because I'm generous with my money. Therefore, I must be a leech in other places, like free minis. And also, though, it's like even if they're not things I need, I love to cut stuff apart and kit bash from stuff. So if they give me free models that are all kinds of weird stuff, I'll just be like, oh yes, parts. Oh yeah, that's yeah, like and also I like I actually so I'm mixed because I mean obviously it is getting expensive to play. There's no denying that. It's definitely becoming more of an adult's hobby. Like the hobby is following the people that played 20 years ago like me that are coming back and now have more money to spend on it. Rather than being something that teenagers, like when I started playing it, can easily get into, but they're making serious strides to go back the other way. I mean, like when you look at it and look at some of these combat patrol boxes and stuff, like I'm like, yeah, that seems like a lot of money, but when I look at inflation and I look at how many units are in that and then compare it to the like, the boxes we could get back then and how many more spare parts and stuff come in there now and how many more like detail pieces and stuff you get to put on them and just like how much more there is to the models. Like Space Marines were really basic compared to how cool they can look now. I'm like, damn, like, some of those combat patrol sets for like 140 bucks, like that's a lot of models and a lot you can play with. And I mean, compared to it's like, okay, well, the D&D core rule book is like 78 bucks now. Like, that's not that much money by modern gaming standards. Okay, let's see if my packages are here.
Morning. Dry is screaming. I think it's plastic. I'm always checking. But sorry for that interrupt. Oh,
Oh, no worries. I'm streaming. You were.
I thought you were streaming that.
No, I'm here. In your space, in your face.
I got up early and went back to sleep.
Oh, I didn't realize the starter set came with that much stuff.
I had to sleep at like 8. I'm like, why am I awake?
I have a whole bag of Tau drones here somewhere. But yeah, like I have a whole Tau drone. Like, I mean, there's like 20, there's at least 20 of them in there.
Howling.
Crazy beast. Oh yeah, here, let me check this tank out I put together. And this guy's head's at a little bit of a janky angle, but I'll give him a collar or something to cover it up. Got a, what do they call that? An El Zappo cannon on top.
Actually, it's for you. But,
But you don't get to open it. It's a secret. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it.
Late birthday gift / early Christmas. Whose coffee is this?
That's mine. I'll be there for it in just a
What
minute.
creamer would you like?
I want the caramel toffee one. The one that's the brown one.
Oh. That's
The brain one. Oh, here we go. I need to deal with Mr. No Legs. Oh yeah, it's just time to paint spray, and I don't want to. Yeah, you know what I mean, but no one else does. That's why we're married.
Because I can translate.
Yeah, because we can understand each other in the morning and before we have 3 cups of coffee. Yeah, but I love the idea of making it possible, like making it affordable for people to get into stuff. So it's like if I can show off quick, cheap painting techniques to people and like, okay, dogs. Enough dogs.
Okay, I'll go up there.
And also give people advice on how to, because it's really easy to go into the Warhammer store and like just be like, oh my gosh, if I could just like, let me just set a price that if I could save up $500, I can get a whole army. But also, if you really just like think outside the box, you could go buy 1 combat patrol and then go on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and buy a bunch of collections of just bits and parts and partial things for like, you know, a couple $100 total. You could get a couple lots of just partial stuff. And you might be able to put together like 2 different armies. Like you might be able to have enough armies for you, and you can invite your friends over and just be like, here, I have these Eldari for you to play. So I only have this 1 red paint pen. I actually have 2. I have a bigger tip one, but it's even brighter than this. It's pretty much only useful for the wax on purity seals. But I'm gonna show off a cool way to get darker. I'm gonna go paint pen, Sharpie, paint pen. And the Sharpie's way darker. We're gonna go back and airbrush over this, but I'm just showing off how Mr. No Legs is gonna have gore coming out of his no legs. Oh, I love Bob Ross. Bob Ross taught me so much about life. Not so much, like I've never oil painted, but Bob Ross, like, he's my guy. Oh, this little fella here is missing a leg. Well, let's just chop the other leg off, because nobody likes to be lonely, and let's toss both legs over there in a pile together so he's got a friend. Let's do it before it's totally dry, so we get a little chemical reaction. I need to hold this up further so you can see it. But yeah, I did little glue trails off of here to get my gear. Okay, so I'm hitting it while it's still a little bit wet from the paint pen, so we get a little bit of chemistry, baby. So I was actually we're gonna do a thing where it's like I have a bunch of silly stuff that's gonna happen in this campaign, like some serious stuff. I ordered a little pyramid just to try out some of this Temu 3D printed terrain. So the pyramid is, you know, like the planet being disrupted by the Great Rift, has woken up a Necron tomb, and so the pyramid's going to have been like unearthed in the bottom of a crater, and it's like the top of the shaft where the Necron are going to come out of. And so I was either going to have that, where it's like, you know, because I'm doing some role playing. We're doing, okay, so we're doing numerous rule sets. We're basically doing a crusade where we're going to build from like role playing rules to squad based rules to small conflicts, like 500 point, to then like a big ass battle for the planet at the end of the campaign, or several. So in the role playing phase, like they'll like come up to the entrance of either that or like the, you know, Tyranids in the sewer or something. The guys, oh, this is so horrible, my lords. Oh, we're terrified. And, you know, and the Marines is just be like, I don't know. It looks like some violence down there. Yeah, let's just like slap some glue on this guy's legs. Like, you'll be all right, dude. Send him back to base. Like, you know, just casually go down in there. And of course, it'll be worse than they imagine. But as I was also thinking of making 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Tyranids that like, because the like hive has decided this planet is abandoned and worthless, the Tyranid fleet is no longer coming. So the Teenage Mutant Ninja Tyranids have just decided to like live in peace in the sewers on this planet. I mean, not peace, but like, you know, they're just like, well, you know, there's no need to like take over this planet. So we actually just like fight the mutant rat dudes down here in the sewers. It's a little silly. That's pretty darn, yeah. Well, I mean, depending on how good the paints and stuff are, because most of that is the paints. Like I've seen that set, and it's just like a basic Space Marine and like a small Tyranid something. So I mean, you're really not paying for the minis. You're paying for the paints and the tools. Which I mean, obviously, like I don't know how much you can see all the stuff here, but like we've got all the equipment that we need. So if you do other hobbies that involve painting and stuff, it might not be as worth it. What I think is the starter set, the one that's like, oh, what does that even go for? I think it's like 80 or 100, but it has like 8 or 9 Tyranids and like 7 or 8 Space Marines in there. That's a pretty good deal. The ultimate starter set that's never ever in stock, but it has like the paints and tools and a bunch of Marines and Tyranids, like that looks like a killer deal depending on how good all the quality of the equipment is. But again, in my personal opinion, ordering all of your paints and stuff, like just doing the research, ordering it all on Amazon, and getting a combat patrol, and then looking for lots of a bunch of extra parts and stuff, and old vehicles that are busted up. Like all these vehicles were like, you know, partially painted, busted up, you know, needed a bunch of stuff, and I kit bashed them back together. So, I mean, obviously way cheaper than it's like, I don't know what rhinos cost these days, but they're a lot more than what. Oh, have you not painted or bought minis in a while? Am I getting you down the dark path? That's what I do. Worship Slanesh. Oh, I want my minis so bad. I want my other minis so bad. Alright, let's see. This guy's legs are probably ready for the next round.
Like, why do people call me just to piss me off?
Alright, we'll see how that darkens up when it dries, but that should be a pretty decent little gore demo there of how quickly, and then if I hit that with oil wash, which of course I don't have black oil paint today, like it would look very convincing. And I mean, it's, yeah, just a little bit of glue sculpt, a little bit of Sharpie, a little bit of paint marker. Yeah, hey, thanks for keeping me company. I really enjoy the social aspect the most. I need to get some more Q-tips and some alcohol. Fix our little man's face. I should redo his little eye lenses too. Like they're green, but now he's all kind of like chipped from his encounter with the ground. I want him to glow. Crystal is our roommate and dear friend. She has this glow-in-the-dark paint. I kind of want to attack these dudes with that. Can I use some of your glow-in-the-dark paint? Oh yeah, I don't even know what kind of paint that is, but I don't care. I'll make it work.
It's acrylic.
Oh yes, even better. Yeah, I think this thing needs to be purple and green. Like we need to go like old school, like G.I. Joe Transformers 80s colors, where it's like purple and like neon green. It's gonna be the best noise marine tank ever kit bashed. Oh, but none of this is gonna be if I don't go in good.
Yes. I made some fried potatoes if you want some. Sweets. I'm like, I want crispy fried potatoes. I want crispy fried. Yeah, I'm gonna make some crispy fried potatoes.
Straightened up down here, but I didn't clean.
You straightened up down here?
Yeah.
Where was supposed to?
I hated the damn thing. It's trash down here. I cleared most of the stuff off the table. I folded all the blankets. I put some back in the thing. Picked up all the trash off the floor.
Yeah, those cushions would go in the garage.
Yeah, they do. But I was gonna do that today, but Roy and I are supposed to clean more of the garage today. And there's not really a good space for them right now, so I figured that after we clear off the space.
All the Christmas stuff you find, can you just bring it to me?
Put it in my belly.
Yeah. Oh, my body hurts. My back was hurting so bad yesterday. Thank you.
I'm sorry, honey, I didn't realize that you came downstairs being like, oh, Roy did what I asked him to.
Yeah, it's because he wanted a couple of gifts for his girlfriend, and I was like, okay, we'll clean up down there. And he's like, can I please do it after Dad wakes me up? I'm so tired tonight.
Oh. I didn't wake him up early. I let him sleep. I didn't wake him up until like 1 o'clock.
Oh,
And I'd already done all this stuff by the time I woke him up.
fine, I guess.
Guess you can run it slide this time.
Airbrush.
Airbrush.
I keep calling it the sprayer. That's what it does, man. That's what it does. The hairbrush, I keep calling it the air sprayer. Because it does spray.
The air
It doesn't brush, it sprays.
The air splutterer.
It's just a powered spray paint can, okay? Don't get all full of yourself, person who invented it.
No, I said her, and then I let her out again.
Okay. So, we got this really cheap airbrush. How much was the airbrush?
17.
$17. So we definitely started out at the low end. This is it here. We're going to assemble it. Oh, they may be barking at the mailman. Is it the mailman? Oh, were you just outside? Okay, you may have to help me with the airbrush. That's okay. It's not.
Right on top of you, stand that up and shit.
Okay, let's see how this. Oh yeah, our gore came out pretty good.
Ooh,
Our
how
gore came out
cute.
pretty
Is
good.
this-
So yeah, if this guy was already like primered or airbrushed and I did that on top, it would definitely like.
Oh.
I would say that would be table ready, and that was very minimal
Ooh, I like
effort.
that pattern.
You can make it look a lot better, but I mean that would, like, if the rest of this guy was painted, that gore would totally be table acceptable in 5 minutes of effort. Which I am all for. Like, rather than people feeling like it needs to be either gray plastic or it needs to be this 4-hour paint
Yeah.
job.
Oh, ooh. You know what's funny? I was looking for these. Like because I got one at IKEA like this last year and they got destroyed. But not like exactly like this, but with the stars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is cute.
That looks good too.
Yeah. Oh, and it already comes with the string.
Oh, I guess I actually changed it from
Oh.
Okay, I'll be right back. Looks like my buddy Mississippi is still AFK as well.
This is very cute.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab a couple more things. We're gonna get this airbrush set up.
yeah. That's
Yeah. I need to hang up all the stars.
nice. And the big ornaments.
And the big ornaments. I'm gonna do that today while Elodie's at what is it? Wes's house. So she's coming home from school and then she's going straight over there. Cool. And she's gonna wanna help. Oh, and there's like these little wipes.
Yeah.
Do they already have battery in them?
Cool. I think we have a bunch of those.
A watch battery?
Yeah, the 2032s.
Oh, I think it does.
Okay. Yeah, it would be weird if it didn't, because like that's the real cost of the light.
Oh yeah, and that's bright.
But still warm.
Yes. I was like, what do you mean still warm? It's not.
Warm white.
Wait, yeah, warm white. Thank you.
Oh god.
These are so cute. You just get me.
Oh,
Look at this house.
It's easy.
V was like, you want to move to Missouri? Look at this house. Not really, but.
How about we move the house?
Right? I just sent it to you on Facebook. No, you don't have to look at 30 pictures over my shoulder.
Oh, Very, oh, the kitchen with the street light.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the house itself on the outside isn't special though. I feel like it's all the interior.
Mm-hmm.
So we could just do that here.
Yeah, you know what I saw? I see all those homes that are like really old Victorian homes, and they're like 9 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, and it's $125,000. But it's like they have so much work that needs to be done to them, right?
Yeah.
So much updating that needs to happen for it to be truly livable.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'd ever want to do that unless I had an unlimited budget.
Right, that's how I feel too. Like I wouldn't actually want to do all that work, even though in theory. Let's see. This is one of my favorite houses in Seattle. It's purple.
Yo,
Ooh, I love that.
You better
color
not be
purple,
eating
too.
miniatures. You better not be eating miniatures,
Almost like
dog.
a periwinkle. Oh no,
It's pretty darker. It's
Yeah.
very similar to that house. But yeah.
that's gorgeous. Look at the front area.
Well, that's on the top of Capitol House. Probably a good morning. But yeah,
At least.
yeah, I used to pass that house pretty much every day.
Yes, hello, dog.
I wonder what it's like to have a house like that, where people are like, "Ooh, look at that. That looks nice."
What do you mean? That was our old house.
Yeah, that's true, but I never had anyone actually say that to me.
Because we didn't invite people over. What are you talking about? Everybody who did come over was like, oh my god, your house is so beautiful and all your decor is so beautiful. Okay, so I'm back sitting in front of the camera. Sorry. Here's another thing I ordered. I ordered some cheap.
I want to have like a giant.
Uh,
like, I don't really like lawns,
What are these?
but like
1.5 centimeter, whatever the little dice are. So I got them in gray and yellow for my Imperial fists. But yeah, some little dice for
yeah.
more convenient Warhammer rolling.
Once they're done, especially on the southwest.
And then here's a couple other things you can see in the
Those
thumbnail. But
like it's really soft.
what's
and it
this?
smells like lemon and it's
Vintage drop pod. Let's see if there's a year on this.
yeah.
I know.
Oh, this is 2012. This one isn't that old.
But I only had one season. You're like, so it needs a few years.
But yeah, this one
I'm
is
just gonna go check on the
complete,
Okay.
unassembled. And then another really cool thing that was in here. This miniature suitcase. All the other minis are in here. Oh, and then also a bunch of different transfers. There's those Tau drones. There's at least a dozen more of them in there, even though I used a couple for my hats. Got a bunch of bases. And a bunch of like palm trees.
Damn, 10 minutes past 12.
Would you help me set this thing up?
We need a mixing bowl too.
Okay, I might have left the one you were using upstairs, unless you've got it down here.
No, it's in here, but I was gonna go look for some other ones actually.
I think I might spray this thing just to get it ready. We'll do a few at once. Bless you. Blessings upon your family. Many blessings upon your family.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think we're all still feeling kind of sick. I'm definitely feeling very low energy.
I'm feeling poopy and I'm trying to get in the Christmas spirit.
I know, isn't that like I'm sick so frequently on Christmas? I think that's a normal thing since there's always colds and stuff going around this time of year. But
Last
it bums
Christmas,
me out.
I got such a bad flu. It was terrible. This year,
To save me from tears,
I only get the flu like that like once every 7 years or whatever though, so.
I take some zinc extract. Ooh,
Take magnesium, zinc, vitamin C,
magnesium.
put Vaseline in your nose.
Vaseline. Oh. Dergs.
Literally got these them for the time it took them to chew it up.
Oh. I keep my distance.
Are you in that group Handy Woman? You should join.
She is the handy woman.
It's a pretty neat group. Like there's literally somebody who knows how to do absolutely everything in there.
Perfect.
And here, I'm gonna send you an
Do you
invite.
wanna trade me?
Yeah. You want to sit? You want to take over? Be the streamer. The mighty arms. Wow.
The mighty arms.
You
But
can
yeah,
see
like-
what your current view is there, and then that's the live stream.
I see. Okay. So, right there's the center.
So let's see. We're starting with dinner.
No, we're actually starting with the paint. This is my second time mixing up paint for airbrush.
Oh, that's paint extender.
Yeah, that's
Emulsion
the.
prior.
Yeah, extender and flow. Wetting agents, flow additives, propylene glycol.
Good job. You're such a good craft streamer. See, my wife actually does this on TikTok and stuff.
I just watch.
Whereas I just like get blazed and then talk about Warhammer.
Oh, I should probably show this. I'm just using a dripper pipette to get some. Then I need the rubbing alcohol.
Oh, that's so cute. Like, is that Eddie?
Yeah.
Hi, good morning.
Grumpy face.
Good morning. Come here.
The baby has entered the room, so we're all cooing.
Oh, you want to say hi?
Who's it?
Oh, we're on stream.
That's
So letting you
him?
know, we're streaming live right now.
Okay.
So anything you say will be live to
Who?
one viewer.
What did they say?
Oh, hi, Islin. Good. When are you coming back up here?
Never.
Why? What happened?
I'm just eyeballing it.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's okay. It's my friend Jess.
Okay.
Our one viewer is my friend Jess. We're all safe here. We're among our people.
So I want it to be
Yeah. No.
kind of like
They kept asking me
milk
like, oh, is she giving you attitude?
viscosity.
What?
No, literally.
Still too thick.
What? Also, the whole you can't give me 1 week. That no, I can give you whatever the fuck I want because I'm choosing not to work here anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at will employment state goes both ways.
Yeah.
You can just leave.
Yeah,
And they can't say
They
anything.
can't. Next time, they can't tell you you have to wait.
Just walk
That's
out.
stupid.
I told her that.
Yeah, they're like, hold on. What they were trying to do was hold you long enough so they could find your replacement. But also, it sounded like she was just petty, or he was petty, and was like, no, you know what? She wants to leave so badly. I'm gonna quit because most managers are very petty like that, which is why there's high turnover. Huh?
Like pretty typical for one of our streams, working on crafting. Someone talking about quitting their job and fuck the corporate world in the background.
Setting the scene.
Yeah. All we need is Christmas music to get us that copyright claim.
Okay, I think this is good. It's like a heavy cream.
Yeah.
There. It's good.
It's good.
It's good. Or we will see.
The
Then
goddess said it was good.
gotta
Yeah, they took it.
assemble the
personally.
airbrush.
It's
This
that
is the
crazy
little air
It's
compressor.
crazy. Yeah.
It's
Well, and it's just like it's a job.
40
It's
psi,
a
I think.
job.
What? Out of that?
Like you have to
That's
know
crazy.
that people are gonna go
Yeah.
to things that serve them.
And it's still pretty quiet.
Go to opportunities that serve them if they find better opportunity, or if this opportunity is not working out. Like you shouldn't have any loyalty to your
There.
job.
And then we put the cup on. This is gravity feed.
probably do the actual spraying.
Girl,
on the
no,
garage.
you don't. No, you don't. There's. Yeah, she's just trying to shame
Oh
you.
yeah, you already have the box.
It's full of shit. If she really, oh, that makes me so mad. We don't come to work thinking about money. We come to work thinking about the guests. No, you don't, bitch. You think about how much money you can get from the
Okay,
guests. The
Captain
only
America, what job is this?
reason, right? You don't. You only think about the guests because you're thinking about getting their money. That's
Yeah.
literally it. It's just.
It's like, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about going home and playing video games after work. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Hi.
And
Oh, you look so cute.
I need to buy her
Can you
new
get down?
hairbands.
Are the color ones they break, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I used to
ready.
use those for Eddie, and they would just, as soon as I put any product on them, it would degrade it, and they would just snap.
I can do
Yeah, they
a
always
tiny
fall out.
little
That's
test.
why I always use the black ones. Goody used to make actual colored rubber bands, and I have not been able to find them anywhere anymore. But they were so much better. They were like the black ones, but
Here's some of those at Dollar Tree.
I
Because
haven't.
those ones don't break.
Yep, we got a tiny bit of spluttering, but other than that, it's fine.
You want to go look at Dollar Tree just for your stuff, like hair bows and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Oh,
to
can you-
eavesdrop on your conversation, but if any supervisor ever said that to me, I would be like, bro, I couldn't even be sane here if I wasn't thinking about the show I'm binging and what I'm gonna make for dinner all day. Like,
Right? Right? Aislinn, are you here? Oh, okay. You just weren't moving the camera. It said your connection was unstable.
She's driving.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. You don't want to work there anyways. It's toxic. And you know what? Like, honestly, as a worker, you should not have loyalty to companies because companies don't have loyalty to you. And it actually helps you it actually helps your resume because they like to see diversity for some reason. Yeah. No.
I know. I totally agree. It looks like a trophy of a pen. Like this pen has won the pen championship.
This is the number one $17 airbrush.
Okay, I put the tank out there. Are we ready to go? Push this.
You turn it on and then push it backwards.
Push both back. This backwards.
Are you not gonna film it?
No, I was just gonna bring it back afterwards. I mean, I guess I can. I can bring it
Can you get
back.
down?
Would you take the phone and help me?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Are you busy with
Are you
something?
hungry?
Nope, I will do that. And
Scattering my means everywhere.
Yeah.
let's see here.
Yeah.
Are you hungry? You want the food?
Try not to show too much garage mess. Over the camera.
That was probably a little heavy, but
Yeah, I think anytime you see gloss, it's a little too heavy.
yeah, I'm getting used to it. It's also not bright enough in here. Are we out of paint?
Or clogged. You can unscrew it on top and see.
Yeah, we're out of paint.
Oh, wow. Well, I gotta mix up some more then.
We mix up more paint. I'll trade you.
You saw how I did it. Yeah, I want to do something.
Yeah, I got you.
No, I just want the bone. Can I have the bone? No, I want the bone. Not the brush. Oh, not the brush. Can I have the bone?
Not the brush.
Thank you. Thank you. This disgusting thing, which I don't understand how it's not cutting up her mouth, but or Hades' mouth. Yeah. Harper just took a couple
Rubbing
bites,
alcohol
couple
actually makes
chews
it
on
thicker.
it.
So,
Hi. Yeah, you'll find something better.
Freaking head in there. The pen is mightier than the other pens.
Yeah.
I'll take penis mightier for 400. That's the pen is mightier,
Well,
Mr.
I'm
Connor.
sorry you went through that because that sounds terrible. It's really weird that the level of cognitive dissonance between people in leadership and their employees. Like, if you have a hostile work environment, if you make the job more difficult for your employees for no reason, not because it's part of the job, but because you're an asshole, yeah, they're not going to want to be your employee anymore. They're not going to want to stay. You know? Like, people, I feel like people forget when they get
Crystal?
in those.
Can you go somewhere else?
don't want anti-work.
No, I totally do, but she's so loud and she's getting angry and, you know.
Kicked her out of her own living room.
Oh, I feel shitty.
Harper. Do you want to help me?
It's okay.
Okay, I apologize.
Okay.
No, I need more paint.
It would be cool if AI figured out a way to completely mute everything but the mic of the person speaking.
Some of them are pretty
There's,
good.
like, a setting on your phone for that. I think, like, when I'm on a call or something, I'm able to do, like, voice isolation or something, so nobody hears the background noise.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes it just breaks through, or maybe it's my voice that doesn't.
And I mean, some people's voices just really carry well. Like Crystal's voice is one of those. My voice carries pretty well when I speak up.
Whereas mine doesn't.
Not so much. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this without moving. so you don't have to help me.
Okay.
I don't have enough hands. Paint on the hands I have.
My one friend plays on his phone sometimes. I'm like, it's not that deep. Okay, I'm gonna give you back to Haley because I'm gonna have to clean the kitchen. And I'm making potatoes. Oh, apparently Haley's cooking.
I'm just making cookies for her.
Oh, why do you use that pan?
I don't know.
Did you put butter in the pan? What did you line the pan with? You didn't put a fat?
No, right?
That's why your shit be sticking to the bottom. That's a stainless steel pan. Stressing me out.
I think I'm supposed to put something on the
Haley, let me tell you, okay? A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter.
right here.
No, it's too late. It's too late. You can't add it into the eggs that are already cooked. You have to heat the pan up. Put that stuff in first, right?
Oh, I finished the last episode.
Okay. And no, I'm trying to help you here. Because I know one day David's going to ask you to make him an egg. Okay?
No, he's not.
No, he probably won't.
He's not gonna ask me.
Listen. Heat up the pan, a little bit of a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter. Wait till it melts. And then don't put the eggs directly into the pan. Put them into a bowl, add some salt, some pepper, maybe a little bit of heavy cream, even water, just a little bit of liquid. Whisk it. Whisk it. And then when the pan heats up, turn it down a little, put the eggs in, cook them until they're just undercooked, and then take them off the burner and let them finish cooking the rest of the way with the heat from the pan and not the burner, or else you'll overcook them.
Okay.
No, did you hear anything I
I did.
said? Come here. Good morning, Angel. Did you have good sleep? Did you sleep good? Are you gonna get eggs?
Okay, sounds good. I'll try to do it.
Can you say eggs? Can you say eggs?
Okay, bye.
So I just mixed mine thinner than what she just did, and it worked a little better. I was actually able to get a little more coverage and spray a little more without overspraying. So I think the milk is better than the cream. The black milk is better than the black cream of Slanesh.
Oh shit. Here we go.
Yeah, Mom, I finished the last episode.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, I should check for my packages again.
I know, it was so sad. That coat I ordered from Fashion Nova, I said it was going to be here today, and I was like, woohoo, I'm so excited. And they're like, just kidding, Thursday. I'm like, wow. Are you hungry? You want to eat eggs? Here. Can you say cheese? Say cheese. Cheese. Yay. Not here. Say cheese.
Just wetness. Just wetness. Ugh.
Yeah, the perler bead ironing sheets will be here today.
Ooh. I'm so mad if all of your stuff arrives and then
It hasn't arrived.
Say no? No, there's no. Oh, what's their eyes? Yay, where's your eyes? No, their eyes. Eyes. Is there eyes? Where's your ears? Where's your ears? Where's your ears? Where's your ears? Where's your mouth? Where's your mouth? Is this not your nose?
take some of my other little buddies out there. Where is my work tray? There it is.
Okay, what does the dog say? What does the cat say?
I'm just waiting for you to get to the fox.
Say meow.
So I can be all Morgan and Freeman and be like, what is this crap?
What does the fox say?
Have you ever seen that clip where they hand Morgan Freeman? They're like, "Would you read this?" And he's like, what is this shit?"
A ring-a-ding-ding.
It's like a ring a ding ding. Like,
I was thinking for Harper's birthday, we wouldn't do a party, but we could just all go to Great Oak Lodge.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so
I'm
I
down for
found
that.
if we split it between me, you, and Dad, Isla, and Naj, that's 4 people, it would be like $150.
I could do one
each.
better. We could invite Ryan and Vivica and then get a Groupon because the Groupon prices.
But would it be more rooms?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
because
would
I
be-
only looked up for one room which gets up to 8 people. I was thinking about them too, like because that price didn't include Roy or Cherish or Kieran, maybe if they want to come. So we would have
We
to.
could do 2.
But that was only the price for one room.
We could do 2 grand bare rooms, which sleeps like 12 people apiece, and they have like a kitchenette and like. But also the grand bare room, my kids are all old now, so I don't know if that would work because it has like kid themed bunk beds.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like more separate sleeping arrangements, you know, like even just
Yeah,
alcoves.
You have the plate ready?
yeah, because like I know the room that we got when we went there was a bunk bed, or there's 2 sets of bunk beds in a room. There was a king and queen, or there's a king bed or a queen bed in a separate room, and then there was a pull-out couch and the living room.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be fun. We could go. Oh, are you okay? You stuck on the back of my shoe. We could go to Great Wolf Lodge on a Sunday because her birthday's on a Monday this year. Then on Monday we could go, since checkout's before 11, we could go to the zoo in the morning. And then we could stop at Build-A-Bear and like get something to eat.
Yeah. Great Wolf Lodge is fun.
But
Yeah, because
it
they have
wouldn't,
the all-night arcade.
it wouldn't
they
be
have-
super expensive either because
Yeah. I mean,
we'd always
I always spend hundreds of dollars on parties anyways.
Right.
So might as well go and like be able to swim. They have like the all-night arcade. They have mini golf in there. They have like the obstacle course, the zip lining, and then that's on
They
it.
got
And then,
Starbucks.
oh yeah, they have a Starbucks. And then and then they also have like the wave pool, the water slides, hot tubs. Even though Roy puked in the wave pool.
Well, I'm not going in there then.
Yeah, they cleaned it instantly. An alarm goes off.
Wow.
And
Are you able to put her in?
here, I'll let you do it. I'll get out of your
Hey,
way.
baby. Hello?
But yeah, I was like, we were gonna get in the wave pool, and then because the kids all know how to
No,
swim, so
sorry, I was on the
They
phone
had
with
their
Lucy,
wristbands,
and then
so
Jason called me because
we were
she
just like,
actually
bye,
got
have
fined,
fun.
technically.
And
It-
yeah,
It's this whole, hold on.
it was. Can you have that bowl too?
Yeah, it was really because she put in her 2 weeks and they were like, actually, since you're part-time, you can use, your last day was yesterday.
Dang, she got like the full meal.
But then I made
Oh, I need to finish.
personal food.
I have to like cook the potatoes and then re-cook them.
Oh.
Give my full attention.
Cook them in the microwave and then.
Yeah, sorry. Leave.
Well, I think I found the Achilles heel of this. It does clog fairly quickly. Oh,
Yeah, we should probably strain the paint.
I don't know. I guess I don't like cleaning it out frequently too much. Oh, I think my paint started to thicken up.
Yeah.
Better paint, eh?
Hades, no.
So yeah, I'll bring those back in to show them off here in a minute. But you know, the cheap sprayer did all right. I mean, there's I had some weak coverage towards the end when it was starting to clog up, but I easily got enough on them. So I'll be looking at some of these have like thin white primer on them, and some parts are just gray plastic. So I'm gonna look at the difference in coverage, because if I can just skip primer entirely and just airbrush some paint straight on them and it looks okay, you know, less layers is always nice. Since, you know, it's not like minis never get repainted and you're never gonna take them down to plastic again. Let's be realistic here. Oh, I also have some Imperial Fist dice coming, just 6 of them, but I'll use them for special occasions. That was mediocre. Mediocre. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. These were pretty cheap. It was like $10 for the stack of 36 of them at Cosmic Comics and Games. Here, well, not here. I don't live in Bellingham. I will never live in Bellingham, but in Bellingham, Washington, the nearest town with gaming stores. Oh, nice. Yeah, these are pretty good for, so I'm gonna be playing an army of these guys for now, Imperial Fists, so. Yellow, black, and gray is a pretty good combo. I'm gonna clean this guy up while I'm waiting for paint to dry. Clean up a little Smitty here. Just use some paint pens to cover his scuff marks.
pajama?
I'm just gonna mute the audio on the stream for a bit.
All day.
and they went.
Sorry,
to
guys, I
Wawa,
muted because
and
kids
there's
were
mud.
yelling.
Oh, there's mud.
And I haven't reached the end.
It's magical.
It's just like,
Okay,
I
I
guess
turned the
it's-
mic back on.
Okay.
Should go.
So let's see. This one got a little light. I did this one at the end. This one got pretty decent coverage. It's enough though that at least like the deep spots will be black instead of white or gray. I could use black primer, but like the thing about black primer is it's hard to see when you're overspraying. So I kind of like white as long as it's thin, because then I can go black. Think, oh, is that my stuff? Oh my God, yes. Okay, it's time. This is what I was holding on for. I would have cut the stream when it got too noisy. Oh wait, are any of mine here? I
The
need
rest of
them.
these are all for Crystal.
What?
No, I'm sorry. There's one more for me.
Damn it! Why?
that is unfair.
I know. To be fair, mine are coming from the postal service, but
Oh. These did too. I'm sorry.
sure there aren't more out there. Did we check the mailbox too?
They handed them directly to Rose. We can check the mailbox. Yeah, we're going to check the mailbox.
I'll get our address.
Anything?
All right, now I gotta switch out of the stream for a minute because the mail showed up and I did not. All right, well, since it's getting super noisy in here and I looks like my deliveries are in some sort of suspension, even though they say they were arriving today, they're now just says moving through the network. So I was kind of trying to hold on until my packages arrived. Well, we'll see. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. I'll just stream again. But yeah, you can see how these airbrushed ones came out. They're pretty decent. I'll hit them with some paint. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna be really bummed if my order doesn't show up after it like sent me notifications like all morning, being like, "Hey, it's gonna be here. Hey, it's gonna be here." It's like if you wake me up and then it doesn't show up, how dare you? All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Though we'll be back with more of this.